Hi, it's Paul Whiffin from Paul and Page. Just another update of the dairy, the passive house that we're building here. So I just thought I'd show you around, show you where we are currently, and try and explain what we're doing and the intricacies of what a passive house entails. So yeah, let's take a quick look. So currently we've got the plinth wall up, or start of the plinth wall, as you can probably see down here. Nice Flemish blonde, an old English brick. Flemish blonde is a stretcher and a header. Stretcher, header, a nice sort of white mix with a few stones in it. Quite important to get the right look. So we've got here these blocks called the Whitong, I believe, get that right. These Whitong sort of turbo blocks, give us a great U value. All the pointing up is done very carefully, very neat, to make sure we get the right U values for the wall. And then we get to the insulation here. What we're using here, we've got the Rectocell, which is 140 sort of mil size. This gets compressed, if you can see that, against the wall. These are the wall ties that tie this leaf, the inner leaf, to the outer leaf, as you can probably see in a bit more detail over here. You can see that. And what these do also, these brick ties, these plastic things get pushed and compress the insulation to the blockwork wall. There's got to be, I believe here, a sort of a 25 mil or 30 mil sort of cavity. We've got here, all the taping is important, the silver jointing tape. It creates a better U value in the SAP calculations, and obviously keeps all the PIR board, which is this, together, stop the air getting in. Also, it's a nice little bit of detail here on the Rectocell, a little ridge, so it joins together. I don't know if you can see. Let's go over it, have a quick look. It joins it together. It does, you can see this here. You can see it joins and slots in nicely into this joint here. I forgot to mention this bit here. The good thing for the ridge, it joins the insulation together and also stops the water running between it. You've got a little ridge here, so no water can come through the insulation if it ever does. So yeah, nice little touch. And these are positioned in between the brick ties, the same sort of height, so it fits in nice. Then these just compress down in between this, cut this bit out here, compress it down, put the black stopper, slides over the top and prevents it from moving. Real nice, simple. It's really important you get this right, get the insulation right. There's no point spending a fortune on the insulation if you're not putting it in correct. These blocks also, the Whitong blocks, they're 600 mil long rather than a conventional 450. Why is that? It's got less joins, more block work, more insulation. Quite simple really. It's the inside. Notice the steel work is inside the build. Stops the cold bridging. Still not inside the cavity, it's kept inside, stop any cold bridging coming through into the house. So it's inside the warm envelope. It's a goalpost arrangement, but like a football goalpost. It actually fits a bit of metal, steel, should I say, goes across the top to take the wall. It goes above it, an external wall. As this kitchen area is a single sort of level, single story. These are good. These are former window formers. So these here, how do I get a better one? Let's go to this story. So this tells the brickie how big the opening is. This plastic window former, as we call it. It's got insulation, the cold bridging already built in. We butt the insulation right up there. There's no gaps like conventional builds. This is all level and square. This all gets sealed properly after we finished. Right, I'm gonna go outside. have a quick look in the garden here, just to give you a bit of an idea of what's happening here. So I'm going to flip this round, give you a better idea. So swing this round. So because of elevated area, we've got obviously quite a high area of field here, probably about 3 or 4 foot higher than where the actual house is going. So lucky enough, Mr. King, a great farmer who's been looking after us, we've dug a land drain about 3 or 4 meters down. You can see it running right around here, and in that land drain is like a perforated pipe. This stuff, is it blue? I think that's the perforated pipe. Something like this goes in the ground with a load of gravel, and it's a trench that goes right round, right down here into a big land drain, so it stops all the water coming down here. Really important that we don't get any water down in this garden. So we're using our heads, making sure we do it all properly. Prevention rather than cure, so to speak. What we got over here, you can't see it, there was a previous video of a rainwater harvester. You can just see the tank here. So down here we've got a 7,000 litre tank that goes in the ground, and due to the invert level depths, invert is the measurement from the bottom of a drain, we've got different depths. So unfortunately when this overflows, we've had to purchase, I don't know if you can see in the distance, this thing here. See this black thing? Tall cylinder looking. That there's an actual pump. So what that does, when the overflow water comes out of here, it basically goes into the other tank. When it reaches a certain point, a sensor's triggered, and then it pumps the water out back in the land drain. So quite clever stuff really. The rainwater harvester, if you're wondering exactly kind of what it does, the rainwater harvester provides sort of rainwater to all the toilets. You can use, at the moment we're using, majority of households are using drinking water to flush the toilets, which is a bit crazy considering what we flush away. So we're using the rainwater, which is filtered, and obviously the rainwater can water the garden, flower beds, wash your car. Also you can use it for your washing. So yeah, that mitigates using and costing you additional money, so taking you pretty much off the grid. But yeah. Right, we've obviously got lintels going in. So a lintel is something that goes across the top of the windows that takes the weight of the brick that goes above it. This is normally sort of a catnick or another sort of type of lintel. And what the lintel does, well, it can give you cold bridging. It carries the cold from this side of the wall over to this side of the wall, so it brings the cold or the heat in depending on the climate. So we've got these special lintels that we're using. They're called the IG high thermal lintel. I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit closer. So what it's got this metal shape, and the block goes on here, 100mm block, and 100mm block or brick goes on here, and this supports the weight directly above it. This bit here, it's the thermal break, so the metal stops there and starts here, so it doesn't get transmitted across. They don't cost that much, to be honest. They're not much any different than the conventional lintels. So yeah, we're putting these in. This is all the insulation, as you can see, ready to go. Taking a bit of time to detail to seal all the joints, so you can see all the joints that we've done. Everything is tip top. We haven't missed anything. You can see that. This bit here, you're probably wondering, or some of you, not all of you, is why we've got another damp proof. This is just a bit of protection. So when we build up, the plinth goes a bit higher here. The wall goes to 3 or 4 more bricks higher. As we're building above it, this just protects the actual brick above it for anything that falls down, or the block work above gets done. None of the cement lands on the bricks, keeping it nice and tidy. Nice little touch from Steve, our brickie. Attention to detail, which is all good. everyone's hands on deck, so it's all great. Another additional bit of work that we've done, we've applied another 15mm of insulation. You can see this around already 140mm insulation here. Obviously the windows create a lot of cold bridging. It's quite a weak spot of every house to frame. So this around the entire window frame helps with that, all taped joint. Right, the last bit I forgot to talk about was the cut lodge slab. So let me just flip it around. This is a reinforced sort of slab we've put in. It's got a cage of metal in it to reinforce it. It's like a floating slab due to the conifers and these trees. We've had to specially design this. It's quite a lot of work's gone into it, and all this little bit of detail. We go to the extreme. That's there, so the brickwork can get built up and then return around the wall. So you can see a face brick. It's got a little plinth brick that goes on, then a nice sort of oak cartilage with a nice slate roof on it. And we've got this little bit of detail right down here. You can see that. Some dog's gone on it. So Ian's patched it in for us nicely. This is the rainwater pipe going in to take the rainwater off the roof. Got a bit of ductwork down here that's taken for the electric gates right down the side, so we can connect to that. We've got around here, obviously we've got to put an electric meter on the house, so it's quite interesting. You can see down there, oh, I can't zoom in on this, you can see the current electric cable coming straight up. So we've dug this out because we've got to splice the cable. We've got to cut that off there and put 2 new meters in, one for the existing house that's already here and one for the new house. So this is where the electrical board, Power Networks or someone's going to come in, splice it and put it all in. This is all the duct work that's running. That's the road. Down to the gate, there's so much ducting and pipe work here. But all looking good.